Good evening, grasshoppers. This is Senpai Steps. We're starting this series of the Aspiring Housewife, the Aspiring Proverbs Housewife series. Today, I will teach you how to make luxury Christian risotto that is guaranteed to get you a man. I don't know about keeping one, but I sure know how to get one. These are the tools and ingredients you will need to be successful for tonight's very late night graduate studies lesson. A Bible. We're not going to cook with it, but I will reference it. A dry white wine. Garlic. Chicken stock. Parmesan. Parsley to garnish. Arborio rice. Oh, and the ability to just shut up and be open-minded with me just for a little bit, because I might say some things that some of you all won't like if you are a Jesus hater. So the first thing you're gonna do is protect the outfit. You don't wanna mess up your little Nordstrom pajama set. So you're gonna get out your Texas themed apron, because that's where I'm currently based. Maybe it'll be Tokyo next, who knows? I'm gonna tie that up in the back, and you're gonna start a small burner, because you need to use warm chicken stock. Write that down. Warm chicken stock. We don't want to add this at room temperature. So you're going to pour this entire thing in your pot in the back. By the way, when I said I don't know how to keep a man, I was joking, but I kind of wasn't, because while it's never been an issue for me attracting people, I attract so many, thank goodness. The problem is that I'm actually a good woman. It goes something like this. These guys are really loud about wanting a good woman. Like, oh, there's no good woman anymore. There's no good women who cook and clean and are nurturing and submissive and all that. Truth is, they don't want us until they've been played by all the toxic women, right? So look, I'm not Delulu. I am a nurturing woman. I loved scratching my boyfriend's back, my ex-boyfriend's back, until he went to sleep. I loved giving him massages after work every day and all those things. But there's a little bit of oomph that's still there. You gotta find a way to naturally, I don't want to say hurt their feelings, but do you know what I mean? As in have a backbone. You know what? Let's reference the Bible here. I don't think the Bible would say make him cry. Let's see here. Okay, I'm reading Proverbs 31, obviously. I am on verse 25. She is clothed with strength and dignity. Dignity is the word I was looking for. Okay, that is the problem, is that for some reason, a lot of us think, you know, oh, a man took me out on a date. He took me to whatever and spent $100, which is not a lot, by the way, but he took me out and now I feel like I have to sleep with him. I feel like I have to do this. Or, oh, a tall man said my name in a sentence, therefore I must do whatever for him. Like, you need to stand up, respectfully stand up. Like, I've never felt this way. You shouldn't feel obligated to do anything you don't want to do. You know, because I'll talk about my interpretation of submissive behavior in a little bit. You just shouldn't be walked all over is my point. Because there's that saying like, oh, all the nice guys finish last, and good girls finish last. It's not necessarily true. It's the girls who don't know how to stand up for themselves and have some respect and be okay with letting someone possibly walk away. Because the truth is, write this down. The truth is, graduate studies class, when you put your foot down to the right man, in my experience, or just people in general, and you're not afraid of confrontation, they don't run away. Like I told somebody once, yeah, just so you know, I'm not sleeping with you for a long time. And I thought that would send him for the hills running, but instead he stuck around. But I was on vacation, so it didn't work out. But the point is that there are good people, but the hard to swallow pill speaking of, I should take my vitamin. The hard to swallow pill about getting older is this. Are you ready? Open your mouth. Ladies, especially my friends who are trying to not be worldly anymore like me, your type ain't gonna marry you. Get over it. He doesn't need to be hot. He doesn't need to be like 6'9", okay? He needs to be decent looking. You do need to be attracted to him, I think. I do not settle for legitimately ugly men. There are some people who actually look like rats. No offense, it's just true. And you look at them and you're like, man, he would treat me so well. But you shouldn't do that, because then you're forming a relationship out of guilt. Then you're gonna have little kids that are guilty looking. And then next thing you know, you're gonna buy a house out of guilt. Then you're gonna have a whole marriage out of guilt. And you're gonna have grandkids that look at you like, You need to be with someone who you're attracted to. He needs to exemplify many good qualities, but we're focusing on ours today. What I've been focusing on, seriously, is, this is just for myself too. Verse 15, she gets up while it is still night. It's 11:44 and I am providing for my audience. I'm literally feeding the people, because y'all are like my like spouse, you know. You put a roof over my head. You do. You've been putting a roof over my head, providing for me, and I'm providing food for you. She provides food for her family. I'm killing it right now. You're supposed to dice this up. Okay, get it. Okay. Pretend like we're at the start of the video again. You actually need 1 onion or a shallot. But what I'm gonna do now, I just heated this up, my Dutch oven here. I heated this up on low heat, like lowish heat. You're gonna take 2 tablespoons of butter. Just take like 3/4 of an inch of butter. You're gonna take about, like that much. Like, I don't really follow measurements, guys. It's just vibes. So take that much butter, put it in the pot. And this is the time when you're supposed to add your half onion or your whole onion. I think onions are gross. Okay, instead of grabbing the onion, we're gonna grab the ability to be open-minded vegetable. We're gonna dice that up. So what I mean by that is submission doesn't need to be a negative thing. Now, again, the girls that get it, the girls that don't. That is okay if you don't, because I also had like a knee-jerk reaction when I first heard this, when I was starting to, you know, read the Bible again and go to Bible study. And yeah, so when I was learning about these things and reading about it, and honestly, a lot of this came from just making friends who have the lifestyle that I want. And a lot of them I just happened to meet in like Florida and Texas here, where they're happily married. Okay, by the way, you're gonna take some garlic and throw it in there. You're supposed to take like 2 to 3 cloves. But yeah, they really drilled it into me that, you know, the most important thing you can do as a lady, if you're in the same phase that I'm in, if you're, you know, young and you're starting to figure out what you like and don't like, you need to be surrounding yourself with women who are on the same journey as you. And you coming to this channel, whether you're new or a previous subscriber, is a good sign of wanting to go in that direction. Because yeah, technically I'm not married. Like, I'm sorry, I don't have a man for you. I was supposed to be, but that fell apart because he moved, and that's a whole different story. I'm exemplifying those things, and I'm rooting for you. Like, I want you to also be excited about cooking for a man. I want the girls who also enjoy smiling and sitting there watching, you know, your husband be happy, your man be happy. It's apparently a bad thing. I guess that like makes you like a pick-me to actually still kind of like men and see the purpose in them. I'd rather be called a pick-me than be single and hate men forever and not respect the fact that God designed us to be together. Respectfully honoring the fact that women are better at some things and men are better at other things. I'm really good at cooking naturally, and being the better interior designer and being a better nurturer. Plus, I just have the time to because my job, YouTube, allows me to stay home all day. So I am now getting a cup of arborio rice. I will put a recipe in the description box. It's actually a very easy dish to make. It just takes time because you have to take the spatula and rub, because risotto, the rice, is very starchy, so that's what makes it sticky and creamy. So this is a half cup of dry white wine. You're gonna let this sit there until it kind of dries up. And that is when we start pouring in the ladles of chicken stock. I meant to say that you need a ladle, by the way. You need something to measure in, or like use your cup. Use your cup. We're gonna put in like a cup of stock at a time and rub. That's literally all you're doing. That is risotto. Now is the time when we start adding in the ladles of chicken stock. So I stopped this at the exact right time. I don't know what number I would put this on exactly. It's like medium low. Because you want the rice to cook, of course, but you don't want it to start sticking to the bottom or cooking too fast. The fun part is just stirring it. So this is exactly what you're gonna do. We're gonna drop that right in there. I'm gonna speed this up, so I'm gonna take like a ladle and a half or a quarter. You're gonna get out your spatula and you're just gonna rub. Just rub, push it around. I realize I should have tied my hair up before I started cooking. Don't do this at home. I've been sitting here rubbing it in a circular motion. You'll know if it's cooking too fast or not. I'd say you want like 4 to 5 minutes between each rub. You really want it to get creamy. Oh boy. You know what? We're just gonna not use these terms anymore. Stir the risotto in a circle. When you're at the point when you can pull back and there's no more stock, that is when you go in with more. Ooh, that's hot. Add in more. Oh, but Kelly, my arm's getting tired. You think Harriet Tubman got tired when she was stirring the risotto when she was walking everybody to freedom? Keep stirring. It's 12:42 a.m. I would like to inform you that I'm almost done. I didn't want to record myself constantly stirring. My hand hurts. I have actually been standing here stirring nonstop. And now it's starting to look like risotto. We are in the final stretch. And add one more ladle. I think one is good. I'll stop at one. One more. Or just a little bit. Again, we want to leave some to add in later for when we're reheating it, in case you don't like it to be clumpy. Because I sure don't. You can always add water too. I gotta be honest with you all, I'm not saying this just to like toot my own horn, but my risotto recipe is richer than most restaurants. And I don't know if it's just the fact that I take my sweet time doing it. The longer the better. It's 12:47. I could go even longer. I could keep it at this rate, but I have to go to bed at some point. This was richer than the one I had at the Capitol Grill. This is really funny because I went there hoping to have this like super rich risotto. I was like, I don't want to cook it tonight. It takes too long. Mine is super rich and super creamy. Like this is perfection right here. This is, oh, hold on, let me do a taste test. That wasn't at Capitol Grill. All right, spinach is done. The risotto. This is my best one yet. I said that on the last one, but this is my best. Oh my God, look at it. Oh my, you don't understand, Okay, hold on. This is what really is gonna send it over the edge. Make it nice and colorful. Oh yeah. Delicious, iconic, 10 out of 10, absolutely scrumptious, mouth-watering luxury Christian risotto. This is amazing. Say a prayer first. Dear Heavenly Father, hello. Thank you for somehow allowing me to survive this long as an internet clown. Thank you so much. Thank you to the followers who also came to this channel, new and old. Thank you. And thank you for allowing me to afford groceries anytime I want and put a roof over my head. Although you should really send in the hot man from Colorado so he can adopt me and I can be his house cat in Colorado. And we can buy a Land Rover Defender together and shop in the Cherry Hills Village together, and I can make him this meal. Amen. I have seriously outdone myself. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Good night.